Welcome to Figure Fight Club, where legends come to play. Mystical toys, stomp collectibles, shaping our day. Wrestling figures and savage crucible in the ring. Join us on this journey where action figures.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Figure Fight Club's Backstage Reviews. This is my second review, so we're going to review a figure that you've probably seen before, but you know what? This is from my perspective, and why not? We're going to check out Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Sheeva. I kind of opened it beforehand and just kind of looked around and played with it. It's a great figure, and I will tell you why. We can start taking a look at the packaging. From the front, you got the window where you can see pretty much all the parts, all the accessories that come with her. You got the side art that kind of goes from the front to the side. The back art kind of gives some cool photos from the games. And the side art kind of gives Sheeva kind of in a pose. That's the box. Let's open her up. Here is Sheeva out of the package. Looks like she comes with 2 heads, 5 sets of hands. In total, there are 20 hands, which is pretty dope. She has a fireball with the stand. And that's pretty much everything in the package. Now let's talk about Sheeva herself. The figure is a little bit than 11 inches, right below 11 inches. Again, great looking figure. Her hair blocks the head from moving up, but she can still look up fairly well. You got to tilt the body a little bit back too, but it could go up this high. Her arms, she's got the butterfly joint, so the Y pose is done fairly well. And then even the middle set of arms are fairly good as well. I mean, it is the Storm Collectibles, so it has that squishy upper torso. Both sets of arms have the bicep cut, and they're both double jointed. As you can see, the gauntlets do come off on all 4 arms. She has a swivel here, rotation that she could turn, but it just looks weird because of how they designed it, as you can see. So you don't want to really do that pose. And then she also has that chest swivel as well, which just makes it look even more weird. I kind of wish that they would made it like a singlet, like a one piece. I understand why they didn't do it, but it would have been probably more aesthetically pleasing. The belt here covers up that the hip rotation, which is pretty good. She kicks out about this wide, or this far out. Double jointed, of course. She goes back again. It's the rubber. She goes back about that much. You could probably push it a lot more because of the fact that it is rubber. And then she goes wide all the way. Let's see, the backside, the design is really good. I mean, it is I forgot the name of the type of character, but you have the spots over here. Again, the thong and everything is in place. The belt here helps cover up the cut, but due to the as you can see right here, I'm struggling with this, due to the rubbery torso, sometimes it gets folded and you gotta correct it a little bit, and there you go. And then you kind of have to fix that. But overall, it's still pretty good. As you can see from the joints, it's the top is a true butterfly joint, or at least it covers, but the bottom, I feel like they should have kind of gave that skin so there's not such a giant gap here. But it's dug into the body, so from the front side, when you're looking, you can't really tell. But from the back, it's glaring gap. But from the front, you don't really see it too much. It is kind of cut in a little bit and kind of arched backwards. So it does hide that. I mean, again, it's the Storm Collectibles. Their older stuff for Mortal Kombat line, although looked great, didn't function, at least for me. My personal opinion here, it didn't function as great for me just because I probably broke a few of them. I think it was just the type of plastic they were using. It wasn't as tough as the newer stuff. The new stuff is just beyond amazing. This is overall, it is a good figure. I mean, she's got a toe hinge as well here. ankles go that, and they shift side to side with it's a little hard to shift it, but it has a little rocker, and then the toe hinges as well. But I mean, again, it's a great figure. Whether this might be one of the last Storm collectibles that are coming out from the Mortal Kombat line, I hope not. But the rumor is they lost it. So I think Sheeva, Goro, and then Nightwolf were the last of the Storm collectibles, at least until further notice. But again, I think if they're going out with a like this, they're going out with a bang with this figure, because it's a great looking figure. It's pleasing. It's fun to play around with. I definitely recommend that you should pick it up, in my personal opinion. But everyone's opinions are different. Some people don't like that the rubbery torso or the flex on it. It just makes it look weird, which it does. You have to constantly kind of go back and mess with it, and kind of make it look just perfect and just right. But again, I'm a big fan of Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, etc. So I do dig the line. I do dig these figures. They're taller than the 6-inch scale, but they're more like 1/10. I want to say like 7-inch line. They go well with the McFarlane figures. You could cross them over with the McFarlane Mortal Kombat. Those will work really well with this line. So again, the hair here, it is though soft, movable, but it kind of still blocks. Actually, maybe not so much. I mean, she's looking up there, but you still have to kind of play with the torso to make it more prominent. But overall, free moving figure, great looking figure, and if this is their last stuff, I'm happy they're going out with a bang. I could do some figure comparisons. I'll bring that up next. So bear with me. Here's a size comparison between Sheeva. We got the Street Fighter Sagat, the original Mortal Kombat Goro, the bloody version, and then Scorpion MK3 version. I think that's fairly accurate from the gaming side. Of course, the Street Fighter ones are a little buffed out, not as compared to the Mortal Kombat line. But Goro is, I would say Sheeva's like head to head is pretty much the same height, but Goro's hair makes him taller. But of course, Goro's all buffed out compared to Sheeva. But as you can see, that from the game perspective, it's fairly accurate. And now here's a comparison between the Marvel Legends Savage Hulk, Jada Toys Dalsum, and then the McFarlane, I guess that's like the monster size Darkseid. Darkseid is just a hair tiny or smaller height wise than her. I would say the Marvel Legends Hulk is a lot smaller, almost about about a head size smaller. And of course, Jada's figures are great, wonderful toys, but they're much smaller than General. The 6-inch, I would say they're about 5.5, barely making it a 6. But again, great set, great line. And then here's the last round of comparisons. I brought that Storm Collectibles Scorpion back just so I could show off the fact that the McFarlane Mortal Kombat is very comparable height-wise and just figure-wise, and you could definitely cross those two lines together. And then I have the McFarlane Lex Luthor, and I have a WWE Mattel Undertaker in there as well. These McFarlanes and the WWE Mattel would go well compared to the Storm Collectibles and then with each other. But again, Sheeva is a great figure that towers over all these lines. Overall, I like this figure a lot. I thought it was a great purchase, and I think you should buy it too if you're a big fan of Mortal Kombat. They did a really good job making this figure. If you could get over, how her attire doesn't work well with the other body, like the rest of the body. It looks a little weird when you pose her. It doesn't look right, but overall, it doesn't bug me. I think it's a great figure. Will be a welcome added addition to my collection of Mortal Kombat figures. Well, till next time, see you guys again. Take care.